know you're somewhere.
Hi Aquarius, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. So today, Aquarius, you guys got Spider Spirit, Make Your Dreams Real, number 56. I think Sag also got this, and I think someone else did too. I want to say maybe Scorpio. So Scorpio, Sag, and now you, Aquarius. So this is like a very prominent theme this week, and it happens that way. Like all the zodiac signs are connected. So let's see what this is about. Yeah, and someone else got the star as well. I think it was Sag. So if you have Sagittarius in your chart, this might be very much for you, because I'm seeing like the same cards. Now, what I'm getting with this read is that there is I'm getting two things. Like, you are very loyal to your dream. With the dog, you are loyal to your own dream. And another thing I'm getting is that you want to make it your reality. Like, you want to make it real, and you are very loyal to it. So this is interesting because I feel like you might not understand how loyal you are to your dream to a point. I think it's like very subconscious, what you want, what you desire. And I think that if you feel yourself going off track, like further away from this dream, your subconscious is going to like feel it, and your body is going to like know it, and you're going to be shown that, you know, you're headed in the wrong direction. So I feel like this is for somebody who sometimes your antenna, I would say like your antennas, I don't know why, like I feel like your sensory system, right? Like your antennas, if you know how like it's in front of the ant, so the ant knows like if it's going the right way or not, or if there's something in front of it. I think that's how they work anyway. I think what's going on here is like, if you stray far from your dreams, your antennas are kind of alerting you. And then the closer you get, I feel like your antennas also alert you that you're close to your dream. So at this time, Aquarius, it's really important for you guys to be very much aware of what your body is telling you. Because if you're getting closer and closer to the dream, your antennas are going to feel it, and your body's going to feel it, and it's going to go like flowing and fast, and you're just going to move into it very easily. But if you're going far away from it, you're going to feel rigidity, you're going to feel like stagnancy, you're going to feel alone, like maybe sad. So I think that this is a really important read, because they're trying to show you how your body is like the main thing that can tell you. Like, you don't need to ask people for advice. You don't need, you know, sometimes we get anxious, sometimes we get like a little bit nervous, and that could be like a block for us, right? But that's not the type of thing that I'm talking about. So like, don't mistake anxiousness and like mental conflict for like the way that the rigidity and the, you know, the stagnancy feels. It's a totally different vibe. So again, as you get closer and closer to your dream, your body moves into it with ease. As you get further and further away, the more rigid, the more stagnant your life is going to become. And again, don't mistake anxiety for one of those things, like the antenna feeling. It's not anxiety. So that's what I'm getting, Aquarius. Let's pull cards and see what your dream is. So Aquarius, this seems to be a lot about love, but this is just a good lesson for you guys in terms of like anything in life. You can't like mistake your anxiety for it being the wrong thing to do. Like, you're anxious about something, you're like stressed out about something, and you're using that as an excuse as like, why I shouldn't go do it. You know, it's like, oh well, you know, it's like not the right thing to do. And you see, with the Sage in reverse, this is you using your knowledge to a fault, right? And that's what you don't want to do. It's like you know too much, right? And that could also be a problem. Like, we need to sometimes be in an energy of like the child, the maiden, right? The maiden is someone, the youth, the maiden. Those are characters that go out, they set out, and they're a little bit innocent, and they're a little bit naive, but that's what helps them set out. If you're sitting in the energy of the Sage in reverse, this is like someone who, you know, you're using your knowledge, you're using your experience, but to hold you back, and that's not what you want to do. I see this every day, like, you know, when someone who's like a lot younger is like, oh yeah, like let's go to the beach, let's do this today, let's do that, and like someone who's older is like, oh well, you know, there was an accident here yesterday, and there's, you know, this happening on that, and this is happening there, and it's just not a good day to go out. Like, you know, like the difference between someone who's young and someone old, it's like very obvious, because the older person thinks things through, the older person overthinks to a certain degree sometimes, and again, they also hold themselves back. And like, again, sometimes it's good to know those things. It's good to know, like, oh, you know, like the price of something, so you don't show up without, you know, with the wrong amount of money. Again, like sometimes knowledge is like knowledge of course is important, but not to a point where you're gonna be like, oh, see, I'm too smart, like I knew I shouldn't go there, or I know that that's not gonna work out for me, let me not go do it. Do you get what I'm saying? This is what they're warning you against. Overthinking it, or saying to yourself, oh, I'm so smart, I'm not gonna do it because I already know the outcome, or, you know, why would I go do that experience? It's not worth it. These are the types of things that you have to refrain from, because they're holding you back from your new beginning. So now I think we're gonna deviate into a little bit of like love, but I think that's a really big lesson for you guys, because you are of the mind, and they're telling you again, it's more of you need more of a balance of the mind. With the Sage in reverse, this is you taking the knowledge that you have and making it an excuse for everything, of like why not to do something, and they're telling you like, no, that's not, you have to stop excusing yourself for why you don't go do things. Again, it's like there's a whole world waiting for you and like if you keep acting like the Sage in reverse, you're not going to go anywhere. The thing about the Sage is like, the Sage is someone who, I'm picturing someone who's like almost 100, you know, who can't get out of bed, like type vibe. Like that's when you should be like, you know, I can't really get up, I can't really move. Like that's when you should be maybe stagnant, right? Like when you cannot physically move. But until that day, Aquarius, there should be no excuse as to why you're not going to do something. I'm telling you. So again, unless you guys are like 100 over 100 years old and you literally cannot get out of bed, there should be no reason why you're like not doing something. There should be no excuses. That's what I'm getting. So I see here with loyalty, you have the 10 of Cups, the 6 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, the 6 of Cups, the Ace of Cups. Every love card is out here. And then you have the Ace of Cups again. So you begin and end with the Ace of Cups. So again, your mind is the biggest thing in this read that's holding you back. Okay, Aquarius, like you don't know what the outcome is going to be. It doesn't matter how much you know a person. It doesn't matter how much you know anything. You have to go experience it anyway. Like that's the whole point of living. Like I feel like you're like, well, I'm just so smart, I can already figure out what the consequence is going to be, and I already know how that's going to end up going, and I already know how this is going to be, so why even bother? See, like these are blocks, you know, and they're telling you like your mind is a gift. You don't have to be like someone who's, you know, careless, but at the same time, like it doesn't mean that you won't be victorious in whatever you set out to do, just because like, again, like I feel like you're doing odds ratios, like, oh, if, you know, the probability, right? Like this, the probability of this is like this, then I'm not going to go do that. Like I just feel someone who's like very smart, but again, you're using your intelligence to a point where it's holding you back. So I see here again, yeah, the Scribe. This is you. This is like your higher self. This can be seen as, you know, your spirit guides. It's in reverse because either you're not listening to them or you're making excuses for why you shouldn't do something. You see, like there's something about a relationship here, and then we have the Magician and the King of Wands in reverse. You're like, I'm not going to go do it. I'm not going to go towards that, or I don't want to manifest that, or that's not really what I want. Like you're talking yourself out of this. That's what I'm getting. You're talking yourself out of it. And that's kind of dumb. Because like, again, you don't know. You can try to like figure out what's going to happen, but you'll never really know until you actually go and try. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, see, this is you like contemplating and figuring all this shit out and making your like paper and your chart and being like, well, that doesn't look like it's a great idea. And you see, it's like everything's fine. You have your own card here. You're like, I'm fine. I'm very balanced. I'm actually very happy. I don't need this relationship. Like, you're talking yourself out of it. That's what I'm getting. So I feel like there's this relationship that's very important to you, this new beginning. Again, maybe it's just something that's like touches you on a soul level that you feel like is important in your life. And I feel like, again, you talk yourself out of it. You see, you're like, I have everything I need. I don't need this. But you're wrong. Yeah, you're seeing things like perversely. You're seeing things the wrong way with the Nine of Wands. In this Nine of Wands, it's like nothing is really as it seems. And that's what I'm getting here. Like, nothing, it's not really as it seems. In your mind, you're creating like all these delusions, and it's not true. The Ace of Cups is here twice. The Six of Cups is here. The Ten of Cups is here. All the love cards are here. And you're ending twice on the Three of Pentacles, which is collaboration. So again, as much as you try to fight the fact that you, again, this could just be like you want friends, like you want to meet people of your soul tribe, like you want close relationships. But I see it being more of a relationship that you want. But again, you have to stop lying to yourself as well. You're telling yourself that you're fine. And yes, I think you are fine, Aquarius, on your own. I'm not saying you're not okay on your own. I'm not saying that like you need to be in a relationship. I'm not saying that like you're not okay alone. This is for somebody who I feel like keeps talking themselves out of it though. Like they're just like, maybe you have someone in mind that you want to approach and you're just like, it's a terrible idea. I don't need them. Like, you're just talking yourself out of a good thing. This is like someone who, I mean, I feel like I do this all the time as well. I have a lot of air in my chart, so I understand this energy all too well. But I think it stems from fear and anxiety. You know, like, I don't think it's real that you don't want these collaborations. I think you're just trying to protect yourself. You know, when you want to protect yourself so badly that you're like, let me just, picture like worst case scenario, this person's gonna end up breaking up with me, this person's gonna end up hurting me, they're gonna end up whatever, so it's like, why even bother at this point? And they're telling you that's not the way to think. Again, like, you will be victorious in what you set out on, especially in this new part of your like journey, because you're at a 10. So again, there is definitely someone here around for you. I just see you keep talking yourself out of it. So again, this is more about balancing that mind, balancing it out, being more in your feminine energy, which is the cup, you know, which is the flow. And that was a lot about Sag's read was a lot about how the feminine energy is the cup energy. And yes, the mind is beautiful and the masculine energy is sword. And it is very beautiful. Like, sword energy is useful and shit. But at the end of the day, there has to be a balance. And I feel like there's some sort of imbalance. So yeah, you just keep talking yourself out of it, and it's like, it's unfair to you. Let's pull some advice. So yeah, this is so interesting, Aquarius, because remember I was saying how I feel like your excuses for like why you don't do something is basically like stemming from some sort of fear. And I think that's stemming from judgment. You have Sarada Devi, the Divine Mother. Unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. So now maybe a lot of you guys have a very like interesting parental figure, I'll call them that. And they're a type of person who like is very judgmental. And they've taught you to be very judgmental. And maybe you're very harsh on yourself. Maybe you're very like, and I'm like this with myself as well. I put myself, you know, Virgo energy is all about perfection, and obviously imperfection does not exist. And I understand you guys so much. Like, I promise you, I'm not like judging you in any way. Again, I feel like there's something about judgment here. Like, even I'm not judging you. I do the same shit as you guys. But again, I feel like when you have a judgmental parent or parental figure or anyone in your life that you looked up to when you were a kid, and they're very judgmental of you, and they're always like talking down on you, or they're always like nitpicking you, right? You grow up as an adult who's like very much aware of like what people could be thinking and like what could be wrong. And you know, I went into the store the other day and I was like, oh my god, I didn't shave my legs and my ankle's out. Oh my god, like what are people gonna think? And this is the type of shit that I'm talking about. Like, who the fuck cares? But we do, because, you know, we've had people nitpick us. So what I'm getting here with Sarada Devi is that you have to have unconditional love for yourself. And I see that you do. I think you do. I think what it is that you're hard on yourself. You know, you're very hard on yourself. You're very hard on others. You are, again, in this energy of like, things have to be a certain way. And what I'm getting with this is that you're prepared. You're more prepared than you assume that you are. The reason that you're afraid is because you don't feel prepared. So I feel like this is someone who's like, oh, well, you know, I'll get a date when I lose like 20 pounds, and I'll go out on this when I like, you know, this is me. This is literally me too. Like, oh yeah, I'll go to the beach, but I have to squat for like the whole summer. Maybe at the end of the summer, I'll be able to go once in order to like have, you know, to fit into the bathing suit the way that I want to. Like, you know what I'm saying? These impossible things that nobody cares about. I swear nobody at the beach is going to care except me. So it's like, why do I care so much? Because I maybe don't have that unconditional love for myself, or maybe I do, and I just need to believe that, you know, who cares what others think, you know? I love myself for how I am. Like, if I'm overweight, underweight, if I'm flabby, whatever it is, like, I have to love myself. And I promise you, no one at the beach is going to care, you know? Same thing as here. Like, they're telling me you're already prepared. You're already prepared. So the only problem here is there's no problem. I think the real problem is in the mind. And again, I think that can be easily solved if you catch yourself and you're just like, wait, stop doing that. Or push yourself to like go against the mind. And if the mind is telling you no, be like, no, I'm going to go do it anyway. You know, I'm going to go to the beach anyway. I'm going to go on like whatever you guys, I'm going to go out on the date, even if I have like a pimple in my face. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just you not really being so harsh on yourself. And again, forgive those who were harsh on you in your past. Forgive those who expected you to do everything perfectly. Again, maybe that's just you. Maybe there was no parental figure. Maybe that's just the way you are. But there has to be a letting go of that so that you can, again, truly and unconditionally love yourself. So that way you can unconditionally love another. And I already feel like you're ready. You wouldn't be ready if preparation wasn't here and we had the, you know, 6 of Cups, 10 of Cups, and Ace of Cups twice. I wouldn't think that you were ready, but you are ready. What you have to do is catch yourself. That doesn't mean like, oh, I see somebody here already making excuses. Well, when I'm ready and unconditionally loving myself, then I will do this. So that's going to take a little while. No, stop waiting. What you need to do is just when you catch yourself being very picky at yourself or critical, stop. It's like, it's a go process. It's not something that you like stop and you learn and then you get into a relationship. This is what you're going to do during the relationship, okay? And with devotion here, I see that you're ready. I just see that you're ready to be devoted to someone. Someone's already around to be ready for you. I don't want to pull who this is because I kind of think that they're already around. I feel them around. I feel like you know who it is that you're like have in mind, or I feel like if you don't have someone in mind, there's someone around you. I keep getting there's a presence around you whether you know it or not. So all it takes right now is for you guys to just start to unconditionally love yourself and stop picking at yourself, okay? So I love you guys. I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.